Hello, and welcome to the Traffic Cop Academy. Here you will find a collection of short video tutorials introducing you to the features and functions of Autosoft's Traffic Cop. Traffic Cop development began in 1997, and it was designed entirely in the car dealership environment. As an Autosoft product, it is designed exclusively to leverage the sales and service data already in your Autosoft system and to help you sell more customers while ensuring the highest level of satisfaction with the customers you already have. Traffic Cop will enforce follow-up because no customer or prospect will be forgotten. First, I will log in as a sales rep with my username and password. Each Traffic Cop user has their own login and password, which gives them access to specific areas and functions within the program. The first thing any user will see is the Traffic Cop menu. Essentially, the first tab in this menu is a to-do list. You have a specific task to complete with each person in this listing of customers and prospects. Double-click on any record and it will open the full detail of that particular record, showing you every piece of information pertinent to that customer. Address information, vehicle of interest information, type, source, result is all contained on the first page of the record. In subsequent tabs, for instance the Trade tab, you can see information about the trade-in the customer had. The Deal tab gives you information about the actual deal worked with the customer. And the Notes, information about the customer. And lastly, the Follow-up tab area, where you can see scheduled tasks to be completed by the salesperson or others to do with that customer. And at the bottom, information about the telephone calls from or to that particular customer. Well, let's close this record and move along to other areas of the menu. The Service tab gives you a view in the top portion of the screen of the customers who have appointments in your shop in the next few days. The bottom portion of the screen, the records in blue, represent customers who have a vehicle in the shop as we speak. Any one of these customer records can be opened and you can view the actual RO. This is very helpful if you're a salesperson and you want to see what's going on with a particular customer's vehicle in your shop, so that you can have a conversation with them about that. The next tab is the Recent Ups tab. In the top portion of the screen you have visibility of all of the customers you've spoken to in the standard date range, which is a week, and then on the bottom portion of the screen you have a record of everybody else who's been in the dealership talking to other salespeople. Again, you can double-click any record and open the detail behind that particular record and see all of the information for that particular customer. The very last tab on the menu is the Search Ups tab, and here you can look for customers by name or phone number, by tag number, by their trade-in or trade types, or you can search for notes in a particular field. This is a very useful tool. If you can remember some small detail that a customer told you but you don't remember the customer's record, you can put a word in here and search the notes in all of your records. For example, if you remember somebody who walks on crutches, you can put that in the system, and lo and behold, here's a record that meets that criteria. In the notes area, you'll see this person walks on crutches. Another useful feature, if you see that you missed a phone call, you can pop the number in here and see who meets that particular criteria and pull up their record. Let's move along from the menu area of Traffic Cop and give you an overview of some other areas of the program where you can see your customer activity. One such area is the Prospect View. And in the Prospect View, essentially you get a listing of your customers and you can instantly select a given set of criteria to see how you want to view your customers. For example, if you want to see all of your customers that you are still working, you could go down here to the Results area, select the result Still Working from the menu, and now you have a listing of all of the customers that you have in a still working status. Again, any one of the records, if you double click, will open the actual individual record, giving you full information about that particular customer's record. This is very useful for quickly categorizing what's going on with your customer base. Another view in the prospect area is the Service View. In here you can look at customers that have been in the dealership service department in a given time period and review their records. for prospecting or follow-up or customer satisfaction surveys. You also can look at the actual catalog of that customer's visits to your service department by hitting the Service History button, and you can then open the individual repair orders and look and see what happened with the customer at that time. This is a terrific feature for follow-up and surveying customers for customer satisfaction. Another very useful feature in this area, if you're talking to a customer and they indicate an interest in a vehicle, you can simply hit the Create Up button, and Traffic Cop instantly creates a new record for that customer with all of their customer information. Let's move backwards from here to the Recent tab, where you can select a date range of last week, this week, last 30 days, any particular date range you like. And I'll show you how the traffic light feature works. You'll see across the top of the screen you've got different colored traffic lights. The concept being, if you click on the green light, it will show you only customers that you sold a car to. If you click on the yellow light, it shows you pending deals, and if you click on the red light, it shows you deals that you've lost. At any time, you can manually change the date range as well in this area simply by selecting it in the calendar drop-down. And now the records will refresh to show you the new data that's pertinent to that date range. Because Traffic Cop is tied to your phone system, another very useful feature is the ability to click the Find Calls button, and each of the records in your system will be flagged with a color dependent on the call status. The records color-coded in green represent customers who you have called. The records in blue indicate customers who have called you more recently than you've called them. And at any time you can hover the mouse over the customer's record and see the date and time and duration of the call event to that customer or from that customer. We're going to move along to another view of your data in Traffic Cop, and that is in the follow-up area. Specifically, what you can do in this area is develop a set of criteria and ask Traffic Cop to find the customers that meet that given set of criteria. For example, you can reach back and ask Traffic Cop to give you a listing of customers that bought a car from you years past. So if you want to go back to 2004 and you want to limit your date range from 2004 to 2006, you then go down to Filter Result, check the Sold box, and ask Traffic Cop to create a list for you, and there is a list that meets that particular set of criteria. At this point, you can send a letter, one of your pre-composed letters, to any one of these customers or to all of the customers, or you can add more people to the list that meet other sets of criteria. This is a tremendous tool, and it's also available in the service area as well as the sales area of Traffic Cop. The service area has somewhat different questions: service contract expiration, service inspection due date, declined work, no service contract, and many other areas such as city, zip, year, make, and model of the vehicle. In this area you can build a list and send emails and/or correspondences to any of the customers that are on the list. There are many other features in Traffic Cop, and this broad introduction is just the tip of the iceberg. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you again in the Traffic Cop Academy.